Hello. Hello everybody. I'm a little bit early, just a moment. Now, I just want to check that you can hear my sound because I'm having a little problem with sound. Can anyone hear my sound very loud or just average, please? Victoria, can you hear my sound, please? Is it loud or soft? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Elkie. I want it a little bit louder than I've had it before because some people say it's too soft. But if you think it's good, that's fine. Okay. All right. We've got a few minutes yet. Turn off all my iPhones. Yes, good to see you. Sorry, I've got a bit of a scratchy throat at the moment. I hope it clears a little bit. Yeah. Let me get something to suck. Okay, where are we? Time. Okay, we've got a few more minutes. I just like to come on here in case something dramatic happens. I've done that, Victoria. Scratchy throat, a sign of ascension. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. There'll be good and bad signs with ascension. When I was starting to channel years ago, I got a lot of sore throats. And then when I started channeling, it went. But I got all sorts of interesting things with the throat. We'll just wait a minute or two more till everyone's here. Okay, well, welcome everyone. It's 29 minutes past 7, so we'll start. And I've had some people have said that it's my voice gets very low during the session, especially people who seem to live a long way away, like in Sri Lanka. And I'm not sure if it's them or the transmission or me, but sadly my voice does fade away a little bit when I'm channeling, and it's very hard to control. But I've got a big speaker here, if you could see it, so I'm sort of doing my best here. Okay, and it's up close, well, as close as I can get. I might put it the other side. There, that's going to be better. Okay. That's closer. Okay. Well, good to see you all. And it's Lakshmi Jayanti today, and it's Lakshmi's birthday. And I wasn't sure I'd do it today. I wasn't very well last week. I was in hospital. But Lakshmi said, no, you have to do it. You have to do it. So, all right, I will. So, and I wanted to because she's got such a beautiful energy. And, yeah, maybe it's not what they are not to hear, what you have to say at the time. Good, I can hear, yeah. Yes, sometimes it's like that. Anyway, just take a moment to calm ourselves, centre ourselves. And yes, I am feeling much better, thanks, much better. So, I started doing Lakshmi pujas when I started going to Sri Lanka. And that was about 5 years ago. And I went 3 times in a row. I would always go in March for Lakshmi's birthday. The date changes each year. It's quite late this year. It's on the 28th. But I'm glad I could do it. So the last 2 years, obviously, I haven't been able to get there because of COVID. But, yeah. And you're welcome. Yeah. I like to do these events. I really do. I find it's brings in a lot of energy. And if you haven't been before, just be aware when I'm doing meditations, I use a little bit of hypnosis. It's just the way I am because I'm a hypnotherapist and people go quite deep sometimes. So if I do a meditation with Lakshmi, you go quite deep. So you just need to be sitting somewhere, not driving a car or doing something like that. Okay, somewhere where you're safe and comfortable. Okay. And I've got my Lakshmi statue with me here. She's a very beautiful goddess. And she's a very popular goddess in the Hindu tradition and religion because she's a goddess of abundance and good fortune. And I think the most important thing is that she's a goddess of good fortune because we can all have abundance, which is really good to have abundance, but abundance comes in different ways. But we need good fortune to keep that abundance and to keep our lives going easily. So I have it. First, when I was going to Sri Lanka, I did find I get a big burst of income and money coming in. Now I find a lot of it is just good fortune, and which is very good. And I am writing a card set called Lakshmi Blessings, and to obtain guidance from the Hindu deities. And that's finished now and just about to be, let's go through the final praise thing before. Yes, I can do channeling. Don't worry. I can always channel. And when I channel, it's sort of a different thing. It just comes in and away I go. Yeah. Which is interesting. It's almost like, yeah, it's beyond my control almost. And that's where it's hard for me to speak up then. So that's why I've got the microphone just close by. So if for anyone is there, please do press hello and let me know that you're here. I do like to know how many people. Some people just come and watch and don't say anything, and that's okay. But it's really nice to know that you've been, okay? Yeah. So, what else did I want to say? So this is focusing on abundance and good fortune. So how do you get good fortune from the goddess? Because people think, well, she's a goddess of abundance, I pray to her and then I'll be abundant. But as you know, there's lots of poor people around the world, in India as well, and it hasn't helped that much, you would say. But she does, but it's like everything else, you have to learn how to work with her. And it takes a long time to really build up a connection with the Hindu deities. As I would know, having to write those cards, and I channeled a message for each one into the cards, and that virtually channeled writing, and it took me a long time to connect with some goddesses like Kali, who's very strong. It took me quite a while to connect with her in a close way, but it was very worthwhile. And Lakshmi is one of the easier goddesses to connect with, but I find it's also you need to have that strong connection and do the visualization and allow her to come in and wrap her energy around you. And that's sort of the key thing. So you want your aura full of gold and pink light, and that's what she can do. So it's a little bit like, I don't know, all religions. You go to the temple, you go to the church and you pray, and that's meant to be it. But they don't always share all the secrets of how to get abundance and how to get the power of the gods and goddesses. It's just something, and it's just something all the time. And perhaps it's our fault. We've just tried to go along and think they know it better, do some prayers for me. But in the end, we have to learn to do those prayers and do those chants. I do use a little bit of mantras, and I do love mantras, but I mainly do things a little bit differently to the very traditional puja that they would have. Puja is ceremony. I like to just connect in with her, and I'm never quite sure what I'm going to say when I get on here, but it just comes to me. So it's just what she wants to say on the day. So I guess I bring a different aspect of Lakshmi through, which is okay. And she does have many, like Om Jai Lakshmi Namaha is a common one, that's for abundance. And her husband is Vishnu, who's the maintainer of the universe. And he's a very good God as such, because he maintains things and controls things. It was recently Shiva's turn about 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure I got some of the energy. He's the destroyer, but rebuilding again. So I'm sure I latched into some of that energy of getting a bit sick and then recovering again. It's just the way it is sometimes. It's just the way it is. Okay. Well, there's lots of people there. That's nice. Yeah. So all you have to do today is set the intention that you're going to connect with Lakshmi, and also the gods and goddesses that she works with a lot. Sarasvati, if you watch me, I teach Sarasvati healing, and this is Goddess Sarasvati. She's very beautiful. She's a healing goddess. And Ganesha, he's a very powerful god, and he helps to remove obstacles in your path in life. So a lot of us do have obstacles in our life, and we allow them to become so big that we think we can't get past them. But that's when you have to call on Ganesha to help clear them. So when I'm teaching Sarasvati healing, I work with the three of them, plus Lord Dvantri, the one for the god of medicine in Hindu belief system. And he's sort of in charge of all the hospitals and the sick people. But there's about 33 million Hindu deities, and believe me, I can agree with that, because wherever part of India or Sri Lanka you're in, or Malaysia, there's always different gods and goddesses, and they're slightly different areas. And Lakshmi is actually not as well known in the South India as she is in the North, so it's just the way it is. But there's always a goddess of abundance and good fortune. But I guess these are the most easily known gods and goddesses if you haven't delved into the Hindu spiritual path at all. So I'm just going to read that little mantra a few times. So I'd like you to sit comfortably, and in your mind ask for the presence of Goddess Lakshmi in front of you, and see her in front of you looking rather like this. She always wears sort of pinky red and green colour. And we thank her for her presence. And as she does that, it's like you see her expanding her energy. She's got a lot of gold and pink energy. And it just expands and expands and expands. Then you're aware, in front also is Sarasvati, the goddess of healing, learning, intelligence. So she's a beautiful goddess to have to connect with. And also Lord Ganesha, the elephant-headed god. And he's very good for abundance and clearing obstacles through abundance. And he looks after the goddesses, so you always have to have Ganesha there with goddesses. And yeah. All right. Just checking on the time here. Okay. So we're going to say Om Jai Lakshmi Namaha. Om Jai Lakshmi Namaha. Om Jai Lakshmi Namaha. So there are lots of little mantras for Goddess Lakshmi, but just one that is for abundance or good luck or fortune. You can find them quite a lot on the internet, and just say them like that before you start. And I've got various lots of music with Lakshmi, which I really like, but I can't play music here because if it's not my music, I'm not allowed to play it on Facebook. They can come and make me take my posts down if it's someone else's music, so I don't play it on the internet. Okay, so as you see the gods and goddesses there in your mind, just thank them for coming today. And tell them that you're really pleased that they have come, you're very grateful, and that you would like to work with them for healing yourself, for clearing obstacles in your life, and for good fortune and abundance. Because most people in Australia and Singapore and Sri Lanka have all gone through difficult times recently because, with COVID and restrictions, and, most people are going through a difficult time in some way or the other. So asking them to just help to change the situation for the world and for yourself. And that's always important. You can't just do it for yourself. You're asking also that the world and your family and your friends also benefit from their beautiful energy. And that is possible. As I said, it's important to eventually ask Lakshmi to stand behind you and put her hands on your shoulders, and she flows all this pink and gold energy all over you. So you want to be in that swirling of energy. Most people don't understand that. But, the gods and goddesses are real. Some people think they're just mythological and that just don't quite exist, but they do. But they're just energy beings. And so you can either be in the center of all that powerful energy, or you can be in a distance. And you're praying and praying, but not getting much and not getting far and buffeted by life. But if you're in the middle of that energy, that powerful vortex of energy, you're going to find your life is smoother and you're just helped along in your life. So it really is very powerful to do that. Okay. Is it still loud enough, everyone? Okay, someone said it hard. Thank you. All right. Now, we've asked Sarasvati to come and stand behind us, and Ganesha. And now you see Ganesha putting he's got quite a few arms. You can see here. He's got 4 arms, sometimes he has more. And he's sort of swirling them around you. He's swirling them around you. And that's to clear all the obstacles. And we're asking him to please clear any lost or confused souls around us, negative energies, entities around us, please. Thank you. And to release them to the light. And he can do that. He's very good at that. And that's something that's blocking a lot of people. They have energies that's not very positive around them. So they need to be cleared. There are some other gods and goddesses I've asked to help. But if you just call for Ganesha, he'll help and bring those who need to come with you, for you. Good. And after a while, you'll feel sort of lighter. Your energy will start to feel lighter, which is really good. Then he walks in front of you, and he's clearing in front of you and at the side. Then he goes to the back, and he puts some hands on your heads and some on your shoulders. He's got lots of hands, so he can do lots of things. And of course, he is a god, so he can be everywhere at once. And you can't, as long as you're connected with him and respectful for him, he'll always come and help you. But just be careful, you are respectful of the gods and goddesses also. They have free will to be with you or not. And if they decide you're not really a good person or offering them respect and care, they have no reason for coming to help you. You know, there's nothing for them to come and help you. So it's always, this is also today learning to give back to the gods and goddesses. So then we see Ganesha stand in front of us and give a little bow, and we thank him for what he's done. And that's about all the gods and goddesses require. I mean, in formal ceremonies, they give them coconut milk and lotus flowers and all those sort of things, but I sort of can't at this situation. But in our mind, we're offering them gifts like coconut milk, pink lotuses, and beautiful food, and but just our thoughts are enough. Good. Now, we're going to ask Sarasvati to come. And she comes and she stands behind you. She's got a beautiful aqua green energy. And I first received her powerful energy in Bali, of all places, and it was very amazing where she came, and I wasn't expecting it. I was just meditating on something else, and she came and filled me with her energy, and I started working with her. And then as I went, each time I went to Sri Lanka, especially, the energy got stronger and stronger. Good. Now she stands behind, and as she puts her hands there, she puts her hands on your top of your head as well, and she starts to infuse you with a beautiful aqua, blue and green energy. And especially she puts it into your brain, your head and your brain, and down into your heart. Good. And as she does that, you sense that beautiful calming, healing energy. And we're specifically going to ask Sarasvati tonight to please help us to change our thoughts and beliefs, because often we obstruct abundance and good things coming into our life. Like, it couldn't happen, it won't happen to me, all these sort of things. We do that. So we're asking her to please help rearrange our mind and our brain. And I'll just, you just keep relaxing there, and I'll do a little bit more work. Dear Sarasvati, please clear our dark and heavy thoughts, our sadness and grief. Please allow us to be reprogrammed with joy and health and harmony. Because what use are we to the world if we are full of grief and pain? We need to feel joy again in our life. We need to feel excitement. We need to feel motivated to help those who cannot help themselves. So please, Sarasvati, grant us this. And she comes and stands in front of you, and she looks at you, and she agrees. And she'll be sending energy and working with each person as I'm doing this meditation today. It's just sort of introducing you to the gods and goddesses as such. and you to understand them. Then finally Lakshmi comes, and she's in front of you, and Lord Ganesha is one side and Sarasvati is the other side. She's in the middle. Her husband is usually just in the background. These are the ones that usually work together. And she smiles at you and says, "How can I help you?" And you don't know what to ask for. And I suggest you ask, "Dear Lakshmi, I need more good fortune in my life, please. I would like blessings of abundance, but mostly I want blessings of good fortune, because as I have good fortune, I will have joy in my heart. And again, I can then help others who do not have good fortune in their life." And we're wishing a happy birthday, and thank you for being here today. She's hugely busy on a birthday. Everyone has big ceremonies. But like the true goddess she is, she's everywhere smiling. And you can feel that energy. And now she comes behind you, and she's walking around you and around you. And she's putting right around you this gold and pink energy, this beautiful gold and pink energy. It feels very, very beautiful. And then you're aware that you're standing or sitting in a pink lotus, a beautiful pink lotus. And that lotus actually feels very powerful. It's like a vortex of energy. And as you're in that vortex of energy, it will fill your body and your energy field with pink and gold energy. So gold energy will bring you abundance and good things, joy. And pink is love energy and positive energy. Because we need love in our life. Love for ourselves, love for others. Now, I'm going to take you a little bit deeper into this meditation, now that everyone should be here. And just breathing and relaxing and breathing and relaxing. And with every breath you take, you start to go deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper down to a beautiful state of peace and calm. Now open your eyes and look at my fingertips up there and follow them as I go down, down, down. And as I do that, your eyelids get so heavy, so heavy, so heavy. Good. Once more, and follow my fingertips down. And this time your eyelids get so heavy you can't open your eyes at the end. But you have to, you're doing it one final time. And your eyelids are extremely heavy, so heavy, so heavy. And now you just drift off into a beautiful, calm state of being. A trance, what we call hypnosis. Because when you're in this trance, whatever you think and do is more powerful. You can manifest things with your mind, and a lot of healing can happen for you in your mind and your body. Good. And all the time, you feel as if you are just going deeper and deeper and deeper, down, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper into a deep healing trance, a deep healing trance, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Good. And now that you're in that beautiful state of being, I would like you to follow Lakshmi and go to her healing temple. Now her healing temple is up in the sky, the heavens, the light, wherever you'd like to call it. And she is going to take you up there. So it's like you start to feel that beautiful gold and pink energy underneath you, around you, and you start to float upwards, 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 towards the clouds, to the clouds, upwards, 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 ups and upwards to the clouds. And as you go up to the clouds, you're soft and floating, and you're in this huge white cloud. And you open your eyes now or you can keep them closed, but up in the heaven, you open your eyes and you see you're in a beautiful room. You're sitting on a beautiful chair, and it's dark pink velvet chair, and it's very comfortable, and you're aware that you are having amazing healing, and there are many gods and goddesses there for you to help you. And I'll see what Lakshmi has to say. Dear one, we have brought you here today. I am the goddess you call Lakshmi. We have brought you here today to give you blessings of abundance and good fortune. For it is sorely needed in the world. It is sorely needed in the world at this time. And so the blessings will come to you, and we will put them into your mind, your throat and your heart. And they will cause great changes in your thoughts and your beliefs. And you're going to find from this day on, from this time on, you're going to feel much more positive, much more excited about life. And you realize you have an abundance of things waiting for you. And by abundance, we say you'll have abundance of friends, abundance of people who love you, abundance of family members you love. Or if you do not want that, you can have the people that you do want in your life. You just have to say, this is my version of joy and happiness. Good. And then she steps back a little bit, and she's just doing all this energy work. And you're just sitting on that beautiful couch. And as you sit on that beautiful couch, you look up and you see Ganesha watching you. We see Lord Davantari watching you, and Sarasvati watching you, and many other gods and goddesses. And they are assessing you. And Chipamangra, who's keeping the Akashic records, is looking at your Akashic records. And he's going through your Akashic records. Now this is this life and past lives. And he does that as he looks there and does that. He's nodding to himself. He doesn't talk to you, but he's reading your Akashic records. Have you been good or bad, or what have you done in your life and past lives? And he just does that. It's like a life review. And he says, sometimes you have to do a life review by yourself, dear people. And when you do, you'll find it will help to clear many things in the past and to lead to a better future for you. So now he's finished his review, and you're allowed to stay in the chair, which is good. It's a good sign. And now Sarasvati is going to come and do her healing again. And as Sarasvati comes, immediately feel a lot of white and gold energy. A white lotus is underneath your feet. So she sort of merges with you, and you get the sense of her powerful energy going through you. And you're not sure what she does, how she does it, but it's just quite an amazing energy. And I'll say a word from Sarasvati. Dear Blessed One, we are happy for you to come here today. We are happy to give you blessings of joy and blessings of good fortune. Now, to maintain this good fortune, please remember to give blessings of good fortune to many people around you. Many people around you. And that is important. You must share your good luck, your good health, your good fortune with others. And this is important. You may not give away all your belongings, but you just have to spread joy and hope in this world, and then that will come back to you. But sometimes, you will still get tested. You will still have difficult times in your life, because that is the way it is. We like to test you sometimes. But if you maintain resolve, you will always come out of it. And you will be stronger and more resilient. And sometimes we have to do that, dear ones, in this life, to become very strong and resilient. And you are blessed, dear ones. This is Sarasvati. And she's a very wise goddess. Now, she's saying you can ask for healing on any physical complaint you have. And she places one set of hands above your head, the other hands near your shoulders but not touching you. And she's going to just do some healing for a few minutes. So just sit quietly to receive this. Thank you. And now it's like you're in a white vortex of energy, a white vortex of energy. And this energy spins up and disappears. As it spins up and disappears, it takes all negative energy. And then she touches your feet to bring you back to the ground as such, because you have to be grounded in reality to have good fortune. And we thank her for that. Thank you, dear Sarasvati. Now she's going to give her blue-green energy to you. So sit quietly again. And this is a strong healing energy. The other one was more a clearing energy. Now, you're aware as if you were sitting in a river with many, many white lotuses floating past and all around you. And you are in a huge white lotus, just as Sarasvati sits, And as she sits there, as you sit there, you're aware that her energy is merging with your energy. And she's giving you great blessings, And she's working on any difficulty you have at the present time. And she is also saying, please remember to thank me every day. This is all I am asking, to thank me every day for what I have done for you, the gods and goddesses have done for you. This is all I am asking of you. Thank you. Now, you have to realize gods and goddesses do like their energy to be strong. And so the more you pray and give gratitude to gods and goddesses, the stronger their energy becomes, which is good for you, is good for everyone in the world when the energy is stronger. And on your own, you may light a candle, burn some incense or essential oils, and give those to her, or some coconut milk. All those things you can give to her. But the most important is your thoughts and your gratitude. And now Sarasvati finishes all that blue-green energy around you. And she says, please, when you go to sleep tonight, ask for me to come and do more work upon you, and I will do that. And I will come for 7 nights. And you will find at the end of the time, much is being changed within your mind and thoughts. And now, finally, it's Lakshmi herself. And she's in front of you. And she looks at you. And you're still sitting, or you're back sitting in that big chair now, up in her a room, a special room that's hers up in the heavens as such. And she doesn't touch you. She just stands in front of you. and she sends you gold and pink energy. More gold and pink energy. And this time you're aware, it flows right through you and around you, and your energy field is getting bigger and bigger and brighter. And then she's putting little sprinkles of gold coloured energy, like little coins, right through your energy field. They're not coins, she says. It's what is little energy pockets. So these little energy pockets are there to be activated at the right time when you need something like you need abundance, you need good fortune. You have these like little gifts waiting to be opened. So you just ask for one, open it, and then wait for a while, and in the correct time you will receive what is best for you. So this is very powerful when you have all these little energy pockets around you. And you've got to find, you start to feel that you don't have to be part of the everyday world when you do this often. You don't have to be part of the everyday world of doom and gloom. You have to be practical in your life still and realise real life is real life still. But you'll have an optimism, a resilience, an understanding that these things will pass when there's difficulty, and there is a purpose to life, and you have a purpose to your life. Everyone has their own purpose, and indeed many purposes, but often we have one or two really huge purposes. So it's hard to find what exactly we're going to do, you should do, but just allow the good fortune to come to you, and always use it with gratitude and sharing with others. And this will increase the flow of energy, abundance and good fortune. Now I see your husband, Vishnu, just in the background, and he's sending some energy to you. And this is what we call the preservation energy. It's like gluing it together, you could almost call it. Good. Now, more and more, you're filled with excitement, with joy. Excitement and joy. And Lakshmi says, please have a picture or a card or something of me around you for a while. And this would be good. A statue, if you have it, just close to you. This would be good. And every day, just stand in front of it or sit in front of it and just say thank you, Lakshmi. This is your way to give gratitude, and so important. Good. Now it's almost time to come back. It's almost time to come back. But I'll leave you there for a few more minutes, because all this energy is swirling around. And you realize you are in this beautiful energy. And your vibration is very, very high. So as you vibrate at this very high level, it's beyond the level of pain and sickness and great deprivation. Good. Now she says, you can always come up at night in your mind and visit me. If you can do that in your mind, you are welcome to come and visit me and sleep in my healing temple all night. It is my temple in the heavens as such. You may come here. I have gifted this to you. And we thank Lakshmi for that. And I'll just see if she's got any other words of wisdom for us. Dear one, do not believe the world is going into a time of terror. The world is not going into a time of terror. It could easily go into a time of terror if everyone continues to believe this is so. But if the gratitude is there and the care for others is there, and with enough people, it won't help all people. That not all people want to think like this. But if the gratitude and the energy of yourself is strong enough, so many people is strong enough, this will create a force field on the earth of great power and strength. And now you're aware that she's spinning. It's like you're in a globe of the world, and she's spinning her beautiful pink and gold energy within the earth and around the earth, sealing the earth in beautiful pink and gold energy. And Vishnu, maintainer of the universe, is there doing something as well to help maintain the energy there, to bring calmness and peace. And you're aware of so many gods and goddesses. You can see Kali. You can see so many. Okay. And now it's time to come floating back. It's like you're aware of being in the chair, and then you're aware of like a tunnel of energy underneath you, and you're coming down, and back to where you are, where you started. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we give gratitude to Lakshmi, Sarasvati, Ganesha, and Vishnu. Thank you. And Shubhamangra. Okay. So, is everyone back? Did you enjoy that? Okay. Some people, I just have to warn you, some people do say after they've done my events like this, sometimes they can't sleep afterwards. They go to bed and their mind's so busy. But don't worry about that. Just allow it to happen. So what happens, it's like neuroplasticity, the moving energy through your head. And it's reprogramming your brain and your mind. So some people don't want to put up with it. But if you just let it be, you're still getting enough sleep, and you'll find your brain is being energized and changed in a very positive way. And it usually goes on about 7 nights. It's not a Hindu thing, it's something that's I've been shown myself, because I couldn't quite understand what was happening. And then I was told it's neuroplasticity, which, you know, hypnotherapists and people, scientists are always wanting, you know, people recovering from any sort of head injury and difficult thoughts. So yeah. Otherwise, you can just set if it's too much, just set your intention before you go to sleep and ask that you not dream tonight, and then that'll be fine. You won't. They don't want to force you to do things. They don't want to force you to do things. Okay. So has anyone got any questions? You enjoyed it? Good. Great. Happy birthday, Lakshmi. Yes, happy birthday. I have got a candle there for her. I did do some little blessings. And it's also good to, if you've got a little altar, and put some sweets, you know, wrapped in gold foil there. And you put them in front of Lakshmi, and then you give them to people in the house afterwards, and yourself. And that's really good. It's got lots of energy in it. Yeah. And so could people follow that? Do they drift off with it? Yeah, I think they did. Okay. Now, oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. This is great. Now, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about Sarasvati. I have in a couple of weeks got a Sarasvati healing. It's just a one-day healing method, and it's working with the gods and goddesses we're working with today, but it's Sarasvati is in charge. So I've taught this quite a lot in 2019 in Singapore and Sri Lanka and Adelaide and Melbourne, but then I sort of stopped because of all the COVID things. And it's only one day because that is enough. And it's a fairly simple method of healing. And you can also do it when the client's sitting in a chair and you don't have to touch them, though I like to touch them. But so it's sort of a good healing system for our time. And it's a blessing as well. It's a blessing as well. So you're giving the person blessings. So look at that on my website if you're interested. And I have got one called Lakshmi, a little page called Lakshmi Blessings. And under bookings, you'll find all the details of the courses. And then there's one in May that is going to be in Sinhalese as well. It'll be English and Sinhalese. So if you don't speak Sinhalese, you probably don't want to come to that one. But that's a special one for my Sri Lanka people. And then there'll be another one in July, I think it is. And I'm training some teachers to be Sarasvati healing teachers. And it's, as I said, even though it's not complex, but it works. The system of healing works very well. It was given to me by Sarasvati. And then I will, at a later time, when my cards get published, I'll teach a 2-day course working with Lakshmi and all the gods and goddesses in ways that can help you draw good things to you and avoid a lot of difficulties. Okay, the Akashic Records. I'll come back to that in a minute. So, yeah, what was I talking about? That's it. I asked what's the questions and I can't do it. I'll go back to that Akashic Records. Chipamanga is the keeper of the Akashic Records. You don't hear of him much. And people who have studied with me know I do a lot of karmic release. But Hindu spiritual path, they don't believe in karmic release. And it's, you know, you're doing the good things for this lifetime, etc. So that's it. If it's people don't want to do it, it's not their belief system, I don't think it's a good idea. And I can see a lot of value in doing a life review. And I've got something about that in my cards, which will come out in a while. And then you'll be able to have a simple method of doing that. But it's fairly simple of just sitting there at a table and writing down a lot of things in your life and then showing them to Chipamanga and the other gods and goddesses and asking that they would just be benevolent to you and help you. You haven't always done the right thing in this lifetime, other times, but you're willing to look at it and to change. And that's all it is. You're not asking for karmic release. You're just asking for a life review. And I find that works quite well, the life review, because no one's taking it away from you except yourself, and you can resolve, all right, I've looked at this, I have to work on this, and yeah, it does work. And I have a look at that in Sarasvati healing as well. And yeah. So the Akashic Records, you don't have to, you're just doing this for yourself, and you just have to, you know, often we have a feeling in a past life, I haven't been a wonderful person. So, or you might have or had wonderful lives. So, but you could just write it out. I'm sure I haven't always been a good person in a past life. Something like that, it doesn't matter. And then mainly it's this lifetime, writing out what you feel you failed at, what you were good at, you're a bit mean to people, you took something from people, whatever it is. And also the positive things. So happy to see the positive things, but it's also just a life review. And that is part of your Akashic Records. And so they're not changing their records, but you have that ability to look at the records and change them from that time onwards. And I'm not quite sure how it works, but just clear things and help to have a smoother future. Okay, what time is it? Okay. And you won't really find this much in the traditional writings Bhagavad Gita, and all the ancient Vedas. They are very wise and are worth reading, but you'll find in the Hindu system it's very much about you can't push things, it's timing, and like people say, why are your cards so long? I said, coming out, and I just said, that's it, the way it is. That's the way it is. They just wanted to be a long time to have exactly the right artist. It's got an artist in India who's a temple artist. He's a trance channel for the deities, and he's done wonderful artwork. And then it's just all sorts of things have come together, but they've just taken a long, long time to put together. So that's just the way it is. I do believe too the gods and goddesses do set us little challenges. And again, if you read the old Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita, you'll discover, we do go through little trials and tests. And, sometimes you think this is just a test. You sense it and people say, no, but often it is. And just think, well, I'll get through this. I need to get through this. And it's just a test for me. And if you do get through that test, that's fine. And then you'll find things go smoothly. And I guess it's just the way we're here in this life to get tested. We're not here to just have an easy life all the time, as we've worked out by now. It just doesn't happen, this easy life, the happy life, everyone's been charming to you and you've got abundance. You do get tested, but I would say most people who are watching this aren't so tested as a lot of people in life. Certainly in Australia, we are in the lucky country, for sure, even now. So it's just to build your trust and faith and resilience, I believe. And those things are very, very important. And when you can rely on yourself, and you've got the gods and goddesses, and you can rely on yourself to do the right thing. If you've got illness, you can heal yourself, you can get through these things, you're a strong person. And if you can't, it's nothing wrong with seeking help. That's beneficial too. That's doing the right thing. But it's just seeking the help you need and also drawing on your own resources. That's what I'm told. Okay? So sometimes life is like that. But I think you will find if you work continuously with the deities like this, your life will become smoother and easier. And as I said, I have brought quite a lot of abundance to me. At the moment, I'm not going through a madly abundant time, but it's just a test, I guess. It's just a test. But I'm sure it will change soon. It's just the way it is sometimes. And I think that's something you can just accept as something that is. Okay. Any other questions? No? No other questions? We'll just see what time it is. Okay. We've got 5 more minutes, so... And I did get through. I knew I'd get through. I knew Sarasvati would fix my throat enough to get through, and she did. So it's very good when she does that. Mm. So it's having that trust and faith. Mm. And I do find I get a big burst of energy. To be quite honest, I didn't feel that wonderful today. But I had planned this, and Lakshmi said, come and do it, and you'll be very happy. And I am very happy. And once I'm in all this energy, I'm in my healing room with my crystal bed lights going, I feel wonderful. So sometimes we just have to do things and know that it's for our own benefit. And certainly that Hindu deity's energy is very strong. People sometimes ask me about the Egyptian deities. I still love all the Egyptian deities and work with them. And the Egyptian and the Hindu deities don't have any quarrels. That's just for us down here who think the other people aren't good enough. But I believe in ancient Egypt, some people came to India. There's a temple of Isis, but it's buried now, where they came from over from Egypt to India. And so I think a lot of people who are now what you call Hindu do come, or Indian people do come from Egypt long, long ago, very long time ago. And the Egyptian deities are very powerful too. They don't have the huge energy that the Hindu deities have, I find. This is because if you're Hindu, you're praying to the gods and goddesses. I'm Hindu. You're praying to the gods and goddesses each day and gifting them energy and flowers and candles and things like that. And it helps to build up their energy. And the poor old gods and goddesses in Egypt, they only get a little bit of energy when people go there, spiritual people go to Egypt, or when, for instance, I'm doing a healing on someone. So I wouldn't let the Egyptian deities go, and I do realise that they've got different ways of working, but they're happy to work together. So, and even the angels, you know, when I'm doing healing, I have angels, I have Egyptian deities, I have ascended masters, and spirit doctors, and the Hindu deities. And yeah, they're just all there doing their own thing. And they all have specialities. And as they have these specialities, that's what they do. And then afterwards you say thank you and they go. And yeah. So this is the way the world is meant to be. We all blend in together and have our own ways, but ultimately we're all working for the same goals. Yeah. Can I elaborate on Lakshmi's healing temple? Well, I haven't read about it anywhere. I probably could, because they're always talking about the gods and goddesses up in the sky, etc. But it's just a temple I was shown to take people to. And it's like a temple room. If you go into a Hindu temple, especially if one's dedicated to Vishnu or Lakshmi, you'll see like little temple areas. And it looks like that, but they've put a big chair there. And you often see the Hindu gods sitting in a beautiful big chair, a velvety chair. And it's just their way of, like on a throne as such. So it's just a way of going up there and receiving the energy. So I can't elaborate on it anymore. With the Egyptian system, we go down, down, down into the earth and way down to the centre of the earth, the Akashic, not the Akashic records, the, can't even think now, right down, down. And that is very powerful. Hogs Vimenti we go down to. But for the Hindu system, Lakshmi takes us up, up, up in the sky. So one day I'll sit and ask her why she does that, but that's just what she likes to do. And you do tend to read about the gods and goddesses up there, always in those ancient books. All right, I think we're just about finished. And I do these little free events every now and again. So just do like my Facebook page if you want to hear. And it's also a good idea to go to my website, elizabethjensen.com.au, and sign up for my newsletter. Sometimes I just decide to do it and it's not enough time to write a newsletter. But usually I advise people in my newsletter what's going on. And for courses, I always advise them there. And you find all the Sarasvati courses are on the website. Yeah. And you could look at them. And I've really only just come to doing Zooms and Facebook Lives. I always said I wouldn't, but I do them now, and I find it is working quite well. Some things I just can't come at. I'm teaching Egyptian divination next month for 8 nights. So, yeah. But healing and the Egyptian healing, I can't do it very easily. Okay. Thank you for all attending and all your energy and your nice thoughts and saying that, and be blessed. Thank you.